All right, and after this, U.S. and Russian diplomats have called for the UN Security Council to meet today amid escalating violence in Syria. Clashes between Syrian forces and loyalists of ousted President Bashar al-Assad have reportedly spiraled into revenge killings. One war monitor estimates that more than 1,000 people, mostly civilians, have been killed in the fighting. Secretary of State Marco Rubio condemned the recent violence and called on Syria's interim authorities to hold the perpetrators of these attacks accountable. CBS News correspondent Ian Lee is following all of this for us from London and joins us now with more. Ian, good morning to you. What started this violence that is being described as revenge killings?
Good morning, Errol. This violence has roots in the recently ousted regime of Bashar al-Assad. Syria's former dictators, the al-Assads, came from the Alawites. This minority sect of Shiaism was seen as loyal to the previous ruling family. Even if some didn't support them, like it or not, they were associated with it and the atrocities committed by the regime. After the quick fall of the Assads, many Alawites were afraid of reprisals and revenge. There has been low-level violence since, but it really escalated in recent days after ambushes on government forces. It happened predominantly along Syria's coastal provinces of Latakia and Tartus, where the Alawites live. A Syrian Defense Ministry spokesperson described it to state media as treacherous attacks against security personnel. And this violence has since escalated, involving the deaths of hundreds of civilians, according to human rights groups, while creating what an Alawite activist told CBS's partner, the BBC, as a state of horror.
And so, Ian, how does this level of violence and loss, I mean, almost 1,000 people, how does that complicate the overall stability for Syria?
Yeah, Syria's new leader, Ahmed al-Sharaa, has vowed to hold anyone involved in harming civilians accountable. There have been videos emerging online of these atrocities, including people being forced to walk and bark like dogs, shooting at random buildings, as well as executions. In a post on social media, Sharaa also promised to hunt down Assad loyalists who he accuses of trying to divide the country by destroying its unity and stability. Earlier yesterday, he also announced an independent committee will investigate violations against civilians. Errol, this is a pivotal moment for the new leader and Syria as a whole as they look for international legitimacy. Western leaders want to see a new Syria that is free and respects the rights of minorities. In return, the new government hopes to get sanctions lifted on the country, but first order of business will be bringing this violence under control. Errol.
All right, Ian Lee with the latest on that. Ian, thanks.